Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're looking at probability trees. Probability is a likelihood of something happening. The probability scale is measured from 0 to 1 in fractions, decimals or percentages. 0 means something is impossible, it will never happen. 1 means it's certain to happen, you know it will happen. And the probability in between tell you how likely it is. The higher the probability, the more certain you are that it will happen. Probability trees are like when you combine different events. So if you've got two separate events with two separate probabilities, you can combine them with a probability tree to see how the events will combine. For example, a dice is rolled twice. What is the probability of rolling a score of 12? Well, the only way to get a score of 12 is to get two sixes. You can't get a score of 12 any other way with dice. So we're only interested in getting a 6 or not a 6. The probability of getting a 6 is 1/6. The probability of not getting a 6 is 5/6. On the second roll you could get a 6th or not a 6, or you could also get a 6th or not a 6, like this. And this is a complete probability tree for this situation. Now, when we want to know the combination of the events, so for example to get a 6 and then another 6, you multiply along the branch. 1/6 times 1/6 is 1 out of 36. Similarly, this branch you multiply to get 5 out of 36. Same for the next branch. And then for the final branch. Like this. When you're multiplying fractions, just remember you multiply the top and the bottom of the fractions. It's really simple. Now let's think about what is the probability of rolling a score of 12. To get a score of 12 you need two sixes, and the probability of that happening will be 1 out of 36. We've answered the question now, but since we're here, let's talk about some other probabilities. Probability of getting just one 6 would be if you get a 6 and then not a 6, or we could get a not a 6 and then a 6. So there are two ways to just get only one 6. And so you add the two branches together. 5/6 36 plus 5/36 will be 10/36, which we simplify as a fraction to be 5/18. So just remember that you multiply as you go along your branches. But when you want to combine branches together, you add the totals together. Now the probability of not getting a 6 at all will be 25 out of 36. That will be the probability of not getting a 6 and then not getting a 6. Okay, now let's look at another example. We've also got to realise that when we add all the probabilities together, we do get 36 out of 36, which is one whole. And you should always remember that probabilities will always add up to be one whole. That's a good way to check your work. So after you finish probability tree, add up all the branches and just check that all the probabilities add up to one whole. Example 2. 3 red balls and 6 blue balls are in a bag. 2 different balls are taken out at random. They are different balls. Draw a probability tree for this scenario. So here is the bag with the balls in the bag. It looks like this. There are 9 balls in the bag, 3 red, 6 blue. The probability of getting a red the first time is 3 out of 9. Now you take this ball out of the bag and you change the number of balls in the bag. There's only 2 red balls now, and there are 8 balls in total. So the probability of getting a red now would be 2 out of 8. The probability of getting a blue, there are 6 blue out of 8, 6/8. Realise that we have changed the bag here. When we took the first ball out and put it somewhere else, we changed the bag. And that changed the probabilities. And that's why this question is slightly harder than the first one. You have to think about how the bag changes. Now we've got 6/9 for blue And we take a blue ball out of the bag, and there are now 3 red and 5 blue. 3/8 for red, 5/8 for blue. Okay? Now let's look at the combined probabilities. We multiply along the branches, just like this, as we did before. And the probability of getting 2 blues will be 30 out of 72. We could check that all of these probabilities add up to 1 whole, and they would if you would like to check. Now, we can write probabilities like this, so the probability of a red and a red, you can write like this in brackets. This is how you write it in maths. This is how mathematicians talk about probabilities. What is the probability of getting 2 different colours? Well, that would be by getting a red then a blue, or a blue and then a red. So you add the 2 probabilities together, and you will get 1/2 on your calculator. Next question, what is the probability of not getting 2 red balls? Well, the probability of getting 2 red balls is 6 out of 72. The probability of that not happening is 1 minus the probability of it happening, which is 66 out of 72, which is 11/12. If in an exam you are asked the probability of something not happening, you do 1 subtract the probability of it happening, and it will give you the correct answer. That's normally the quickest way to do things. Feel free to watch this video again before you try these practice questions, but there is this probability tree and this scenario for you to try. 5 green balls and 2 red balls are in a bag. 2 different balls are taken from the bag. I want you to complete this probability tree to tell me what the probabilities are. I want you to what's the probability of getting a blue ball, what is the probability of getting 2 different colours, and what is the probability of not getting 2 green balls. Pause the video now, and when you're ready, when you've answered the questions in full, I'll reveal the answers for you to check in 3, 2, 1. Did you get it right? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know how you did. Thanks for watching this week's video from Advanced Maths. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned everything you need to know about probability trees. We have more videos coming every week for everything in secondary maths. So remember to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.